Hey, this is Dr. Eric Ashburn with Fit Before 50, which is my journey to try to get into the greatest shape, or at least the healthiest version of myself I can be before I'm 50 years of age, which happens this upcoming year. And after being a natural doctor for 23 years, I'm really trying to apply a lot of the principles of what I recommend to my patients to myself to go to another level of health and try to be the best version of me I can be. And I want to hit upon the top supplements to take if you're above 40 years of age. And it is a bit different too. When you get to be a little bit older, there's some deficiencies as well as some toxicities that you're going to develop because you're a certain age. You've been on the planet for a little bit longer than the average person. And this is because, our food is really missing certain levels of nutrition. The way we've farmed, we've depleted our soils. We're creating food that had no business growing in certain environments through genetic modification and some of the sprays and treatments and herbicides and pesticides that we're putting on our crops. So not only does that mean there's deficiencies in what we should be having, but also that there's a toxicity level that comes along with that as well. As well as we don't get outside the way we're ancestrally designed to do, so we don't get the sunlight, we don't get the vitamin D, we don't boil down our animals anymore and make stocks or stews or broths from them, so we don't get the collagen and the mineral density, and we also don't ferment our foods the way that our ancestors did, so our probiotic and our overall gut health is really struggling because we don't have the probiotics from that fermented type of food, as well as certain things that are used to grow our crops. When we eat them on our food, these herbicides and pesticides really destroy our gut as well. So these are some of the challenges that creep up more and more, and sometimes are disguised as just, hey, I'm getting older. I'm an older person now, so I have these issues, maybe high cortisol levels, you're storing more fat around your gut and around your butt. Your hormones may be damaged because there's a lot of hormone mimickers or hormone things that create hormone issues in our food supply and in the toxicity and pollution around us. So I want to get into the top supplements that I take, that I highly recommend for you to take. And I'm going to first plug in the real easy one, right? This is the real simple one, and that is a high quality multivitamin. So you have to replace a lot of the deficiencies micronutritionally, so the minerals and the vitamins that should be in our food, but we're in some cases up to 30 to 50% deficient in those foods. So you have to go and replace those. And the one I take and the one I recommend is a Design for Health multivitamin. You're going to see a trend here. I use a lot of Designs for Health supplements. I think they make great quality products. I've done a lot of research on them. It's what I take. It's what my kids take. So I'm going to use a number of their products as well as some other ones as well that I personally take. But Designs for Health Complete Multi is really good. It has a good balance of a variety of things, plus it has good B vitamins in there that are missing in a lot of the multivitamins that are made more inexpensively. Definitely stay away from your one-a-days, your Centrums, your Flintstones, these things that have forms of vitamins and minerals that really aren't bioavailable. You're not capable of processing these things and absorbing them in your body the way you should. So you want to use one that is better for you. Sometimes it costs a little bit more. I get it, but what you get in return, what you actually absorb from these vitamins is a much higher level. So the value level of what you're paying is higher because you get, a greater amount of times absorption than you would from the cheaper ones. So Designs for Health, and I'm going to put links below this video. If you want to click on Amazon and check them out, I'll have them all there. Okay, second we want to talk about is vitamin D, right? A good quality vitamin D3 supplement, because ancestrally we're designed to be outside a lot more, especially in the warmer months, and we work for the most part indoors. Most people don't know what their vitamin D levels are, and the average American's vitamin D level is at about 17 nanograms per deciliter, which is what your blood work would show. And it should be really, they say 30's the benchmark or baseline. I think that's incredibly low. For you to have a good effect in your body to run right and have the right amount of vitamin D, you should be in the between 60 to 90 nanograms per deciliter level. So if you get blood work, get that checked out. It's an extremely important thing to have in your body at the right levels. So many things such as weakened immune function and inability to grow proper tendons and ligaments and heal from joint injuries is a result because your vitamin D level is low. So I recommend, I'm about 200 pounds. I take about 10,000 IUs a day of vitamin D. I recommend for most people to take at least 5. You may want to take more if you find out your blood work shows you're really deficient, or if you're just a bigger person than I am, you may want to take more than that. It's really hard to overdose. You really have to be at about 250 nanograms per deciliter for you to be too high. That's a tough number to get to. So you want to make sure that you're getting adequate vitamin D. Really important thing to supplement and replace in, because we're naturally missing it. Now, I also use a Designs for Health vitamin D supplement for a couple reasons. Number one is it comes in 5,000 IU pill sizes, and it's hard if you're getting 800 or 1,000 IU pills to take as many as you need. So I like that. Number two, it has vitamin K1 and K2 in there as well, which is a very important side supplement, if you will, a vitamin that helps you absorb the vitamin D better. So the K1 and K2 is really important. You'll find that's not in most vitamin D supplements. Okay, number three is going to be a probiotic, a good healthy probiotic. Our gut health is extremely important. They call it your second immune system and your second brain, because so many neurotransmitters are made in your gut. So when you're feeling happy and healthy mentally, it's because some of it, a big chunk actually, is these neurotransmitters are coming from your gut and helping your brain to feel better and function better. So definitely want to make sure you're getting your probiotics in. I love eating fermented foods, so you can eat kimchi and kombucha and kvass and a lot of the better made yogurts and kefirs. They're good ways of providing your probiotics, but I always supplement to make sure I'm getting enough in. And a link below is there for Designs for Health probiotic, which once again, you see the trend, right? And the last thing I'm going to talk about is omega-3 fish oil, because our ratio of healthy fats is really out of balance because of the saturated and bad inflammatory animal fats that we're getting with the animals that are actually being grown non-traditionally. So if you're eating animal products that they're eating an unnatural diet, remember, you're not what you eat, you are what you have eaten has eaten. So if they're eating inflammatory foods that are unnatural, such as grains and tons of corn, all of these things when they should be grass feeding, or chickens should be eating bugs and wandering around. I know it sounds gross, but they really eat a lot of insects naturally. Well, that would develop healthier fats. And when you don't get these healthy fats, you can get really out of ratio from omega-6 to omega-3. So you want to make sure you're getting that ratio better. And to do that, you want to supplement omega-3 fatty acids, right? A good supplement once again. And there's other ones out there. Carlson makes a good one. You can check that out as well. I'm recommending a Designs for Health one. That's the trend here. But there are other good products. I absolutely understand that. But what happens is, if you want to go and say, no, I'm eating fatty fish to get this done, you'd have to eat a lot of it. And unfortunately, most fatty fish supplies are very contaminated with heavy metals. So the only fatty fish that I really try to eat on a regular basis would be wild-caught Alaskan salmon. And you can get that frozen, it's okay. But wild-caught Alaskan salmon is extremely healthy, usually very low in toxicity. But I stay away from the farm-raised fish for sure. They're fed unnatural diets, they're not as healthy, as well as any other Atlantic or Pacific fish. I try to stay away from it as much as I personally can. So when it comes to fatty fish, I do wild-caught Alaskan salmon. But once again, supplement it in. This way you can be sure you're getting enough omega-3s into your diet. Now, there's a couple accessory supplements, things that I wouldn't say are the core four, but also are really important because we just don't get these things enough into our diet. And one of these would be collagen. So I like Ancient Nutrition's collagen. It's the one I use. And they have a multi-collagen, or you can take their bone broth protein, which has one type of collagen. So the multi-collagen has a number of different kinds of collagen. Some's for your hair, some's or lack of hair, some's for your gut lining, some's for, would be certain types of collagen would be for bone development, other parts of your body. So the multi-collagen kind of hits upon all the types of collagen you would normally want to get in to help your body have healthy tissue, whereas the bone broth protein really is going to have more of a poultry-based collagen, which is still really good. It helps with a lot of tendons and ligaments and gut health, but it's not going to give you all the different kinds. Now I switch back and forth. I'll do the multi-collagen, I'll mix it into my coffee, and I'll do the bone broth protein in smoothies. but I try to get that at least every other day so my body has a good source of collagen to build healthy tissue and make sure my joints are remaining healthy and not becoming damaged like they could more easily become if you're not taking care of that right. Now, a couple different supplements that maybe most people haven't heard of that I think are really important for gut health. So you look at Roundup and these things that we're spraying on our crops and a lot of other things chemically in our environment really damage our guts. So you really want to protect and guard your gut. And one of the things I take is something called Restore. So Dr. Zach Bush came out with a really cool product called Restore. And what it does is it replaces certain minerals that should be in the soil naturally that help your gut cells knit together, right? So you don't have this leaky gut scenario, but they're knit together and really healthy. And it helps to restore that connection so bad things don't pass out of your gut wall into your bloodstream and affect your health. And that's a really important thing to focus on. Leaky gut is a big issue. So Restore is a great product. I take that regularly. It also guards you. It almost Teflon coats you against the effects of Roundup. So when you're eating food and it may have Roundup or other herbicides and pesticides, it actually guards against that. So I recommend doing it on an empty stomach often before you eat because it can help protect you quite a bit and keep you healthy. Now, the last thing I talk about for the gut, last but not least, is something called colostrum. Now, colostrum is the first milk a mammal produces when nursing, and it has a ton of peptides, healing peptides, as well as immunoglobulins or immunofactors that help your immune system work better. They help protect your gut against bad bacteria, to help heal your gut, and it also help protect your body through better immune function in a bunch of ways. So it's kind of what the mother first gives the baby to help their immune system stay strong or grow strong. Well, you can benefit from that by taking that. Now, the ones I recommend are generally a bovine colostrum, so it's not human colostrum. I know that would sound kind of disgusting, but it's bovine colostrum. So I take that on a regular basis, and when I take that, I get capsules, and I used to break them open, put them in my mouth, and let it stay in my mouth for a little bit because the enzymes in your mouth start breaking down the colostrum so you absorb it better. But I just take now the capsules, the gel caps, and I put them in my mouth and suck on them and chew on them a little bit. And then as you chew on them, I let them slowly absorb into my body to get into the gut and be as active as they possibly can. These are important things if you're above 40, even above 30, because our guts become more damaged. And when your guts are damaged, it actually creates issues with your neurotransmitters, right? You're not producing the right neurotransmitters, and you have this gut-brain connection that starts going south. So there's more anxiety, possibly more depression that happens because of that. It also creates a lot of inflammation and cortisol in the gut, which puts the bad fat more around your organs, right? That visceral fat that then creates a bad hormonal profile. And that's one of the biggest things we have above 40 is for men, your testosterone drops significantly, much lower than it ever should have been. So getting that gut right helps get that testosterone back up to where it should be, helps create a better balanced hormone profile, and just generally makes you feel a lot better overall when your testosterone and your growth hormone and your ratios are back in the right place. So I hope these are valuable to you. If you like this information, do me a favor, click like on the video. If you want to get more videos or see what else I'm putting on this journey, click subscribe. And if you want to be notified when the videos come out, hit the bell, the little bell up there, and that'll just send you a notification that there's a new video out there, and you could hopefully follow and learn information from what my journey's going to share that can help you be healthier. All right, guys, it's Dr. Ashburn here, wishing you the best year. Even if you're not climbing to be 50 like I am, whatever age you're trying to be, try to be as healthy as you can be at that age.